What's going on, everyone? It is Tuesday night. You know what that means. Battle of the Bluegrass season opener this weekend in Williamstown, Kentucky. Here on the Motorsports Almanac podcast, joined by the Folks brothers, going to preview that event. But as always, joined by Zach and Wyatt. What's going on, fellas?
How's it going, man?
Final exams suck. I think everybody can attest to that. Wait, no, never mind. It was college.
Yeah, for sure. Well, we'll go ahead and get your event out of the way real quick. You've got Test and Tune going on Friday. This is Motorsports Almanac's first two events of the year. Yeah,
so usually we start with this event every year. Test and Tune. Midwest Pride in Your Ride. It's a truck show / truck pull test and tune for all classes. Tri-State Raceway, which is roughly 12 miles from Farley up here, northeast Iowa. Anybody that's in this area that wants to run, we are running Friday and Saturday. Friday at 6 and Saturday at 2. We were supposed to have Travis Schlabaugh's diesel super coming this weekend, but that some other mechanical problems came up and they will not be here. But anything that anybody needs to run, get some laps on before, say, Pullers Championship or season starts, come on over. It's for a good cause. All proceeds go to the American Cancer Society. Running anything from super stock four-wheel drives, two-wheel drives, all the way up to pro stocks. So, and we were like even super semis. So anything.
Yeah, you've got a pro stock Common Molitor's coming, didn't he?
I think he might be coming yet, but I have to I'll be texting Jason tomorrow, see how planning's going for them. But there could be a possibility of a pro stock. So
yeah, want to give a quick shout to World Series of Pro Mod reigning champion Mr. Steve King for watching tonight so far, and kind of a good segue into the Battle of Bluegrass season opener because one of the competitors coming down this weekend, Mike Weekland, with the Just Hooking Up a Light Pro, will be making his way down to Williamstown, but we'll get into all that here momentarily. But just want to talk with the Folks brothers first here. Y'all, it's finally pulling season for you guys.
Yeah, we're ready, I think. It always comes quicker than you really want it to because all the preparation and work that goes into it. And you're never, I think, 100% ready, but we will be for Saturday now. Ready to go pulling.
Yeah, I think everybody is. And the way your all's date worked out, there's not really a lot going on as far as pulling goes. I think there's maybe one hook somewhere else. So I'm expecting numbers to be a pretty big turnout for you guys. I mean, we've already talked about heavily between the 3 and 4 of us about the light pro stock numbers. But that's not all the classes you're having, and this is also going to be a benefit pool.
Yeah, a close person to us. He's 17 years old. His name's Colton. He was diagnosed with cancer, I think, 2 weeks ago, and he's a very good kid. He was super healthy, played football. Just a really good kid, and we're going to do a big benefit for him. There's going to be raffles and all kinds of stuff starting at 3 p.m. So everybody that's going to plan on come early. Raffles and some other fun stuff to make some money, and all the proceeds will go to his family to help his treatments and stuff like that.
Yeah. Cancer, again, definitely sucks for sure. Nobody deserves to go through that. So all the raffles and all that's going to be going on early, though. That's going to start at what, 4 o'clock?
Yeah, 4 to 5. I mean, 5. Registration for the pool and stuff is going to open at 3. So 3 to 5 is really the area that we want everybody to start coming in at. The pool's going to start a little bit earlier than what's on the Facebook there. It's going to start at 6 now. We're going to run a couple farm stock classes, and then get into the big show. Okay. And then do the raffling and stuff like that throughout the show.
Yeah, for sure. So kind of talk to us, like, how's the parking going to be? What's going to be the entry fee and all that kind of stuff for all these guys because we have a lot of guys coming down or coming from all around that don't typically run with Battle of the Bluegrass?
Yeah. So the area, the parking area. We have plenty of parking. It's mostly gravel, grass kind of combo. It's flat. Shouldn't have any real issues with parking.
The entry fee for I'd say the light pro class is going to be $30, being it's 9 points.
Okay.
Same way with the 3.6 being a 9 points, it's probably going to be $30 all the way across the board. Any other class, a non-member price is $60, and then $30 if you're a member.
And then pullers, for the pullers only, 2 people get in free with whatever, the vehicle, the pulling vehicle. So a driver and a friend or whatever it is.
Right.
So the driver and somebody will get in free. That's for every puller.
Okay.
Also,
is that just per puller or is that per vehicle?
Per puller.
Okay.
So like if a puller comes in and he's got a crew member, those 2 get in free. Whoever else will be charged, but that's the game.
Yeah, man. I'm certainly looking forward to it. I mean, we have got a ton of classes on hand. I do have the flyer loaded in here for everyone to see. It's not the one with the updated time, but it still tells what classes you guys are going to have. Addresses on there for all the pullers that are going to come down. Y'all, we've got pullers come from all the way from Pennsylvania and possibly New York. We're still waiting to hear on that. We're going to go over those once we kind of run through this. But light limited super stocks, obviously a staple about the Bluegrass. Pro stock diesel trucks, that's going to be the 3.6s, right?
Yes.
And then light pro stock by themselves, pro street diesel trucks, which is just your 2.6s, and then your light limited pro stock tractors, another Battle of the Bluegrass class. So is it safe to say that you guys, what classes are you guys looking forward to the most out of all these?
Definitely the light pros. That was kind of my important was to put the light pros in, and then the 3.6 class is going to be a new point series for us, or point series class. Austin's building one, or he's switching over to it. But and then we both pull in the light limited super stock, and then we have a light limited pro stock John Deere too, so it'll be there if everything goes right. Really, I'm just hoping the light pro class, everybody can come down and the track's going to be good. I'm going to run them 2nd or 3rd class so everybody can get down there, hook, and then get back home at a good, decent time is the plan. So, but that's
definitely. Yeah, I'm super excited. You and I kind of hatched this idea with the light pros by themselves back in late February, very early March.
Yeah.
See if that runs better.
Was the time.
Yeah. I've been looking forward to that. I've kind of, in a way, I kind of felt bad because I know I've been blowing up a ton of the light pro pullers phones, but it seems like it's going to pay off.
We was going to have Zach there too.
I'm sorry. Is yours coming, sir?
Me? Nope. Sure's not. Wanted it to, but it is not going to make the trip, unfortunately. We'll get down there sometime this summer and play with you guys, though. We always try to get down at least once a year.
Yeah, we like having you.
Yeah, but before we go into the committed light pro list, is that a little different color blue? I see there on the Walking Tall diesel edition.
Yeah, I got
definitely a darker shade of blue than I saw in October.
Yeah, I got painted over the winter. A friend of ours done a great job. It's going to get some decals and stuff too. So looking forward to doing that soon.
You're not worried about decals for this coming weekend, though.
What is it?
You're not worried about the decals for this coming weekend, though.
No, we're still going to try to get them on. I'm hoping my sticker guy gets them done this week.
All right, sweet.
Changing it up a little, or are you staying true to what it's always had?
It's going to be changed up a little.
Yeah, well, I ordered some supposedly factory 8210 stickers, and they all come around a lot shorter than what they should have.
Boy. I got you for sure. That's not going to be the only new vehicle besides the Light Pro guys either. I think I saw Jamie Bond's gonna have a brand new, not only tractor but brand new paint scheme on the former Logan's Run tractor, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he'll be there. He's also got a case he's working on, his old Screaming Eagle. It should be out sometime in the future.
That's the one that's going into Hot Farm, isn't it?
Light limited pro stock.
Oh, that one's gonna be like limited pro stock too. Okay.
Yeah.
I had heard that one's gonna be Hot Farm, but we'll see how that goes.
Same style engine, I guess, but we changed our rules to allow a 3/4 smooth bore.
Okay.
Like we're trying to create a new kind of class, so it's a little bit different than it's the same engine as a Hot Farm, but just different turbo essentially and weight. And you can run 24/5.
So that's going to be a 510 cubic inch limit, 24/5s, and the 3/4 smooth bore.
Yeah. Same turbo as a light limited super.
Okay. Yeah, because I think one of y'all's tractors, I think it was Keith Race there at Cloverdale in the Midwest Winter Nationals. He ran in the Hot Farm.
They still have 3-inch turbos on right now.
Okay.
People, you have the choice. You can run the 3-inch map charger. You can run a 3/4 smooth bore. On the dyno, they're super close on the dyno. We've done a lot of dynoing this winter with a lot of different stuff personally with us. So we know what everything makes, with all the best stuff you can have,
Yeah. Well, I don't think we need to keep the people waiting anymore. I think we ought to reveal a few of these that are coming this weekend. I can read it off, or you can. I don't care which one.
You can read it off if you want. I mean, you got the list too.
Yeah. So, Corey Frank, high standards. He's going to be making the trip. Mr. Kevin Banyan with the Forgiven, your Region 2 champion for last year. Mike Weekland with just hooking up, and they're going to bring their 2.6 diesel truck too. Just putting up a fight, and that is a beautiful looking truck that's going to run that 2.6 class. We assume Mr. LaFollette's going to make the trip, being right there pretty close in his back door.
Hometown, pretty much. Well, one of his hometowns, his other hometowns, Independence, but yeah.
Yeah. Mr. Armstrong's going to be making the trip. Mr. Schaefer with the boss. Jeff Michelocci, Demented's going to be coming. Bob Campbell with the Green Gangster. On our maybe list, Chris Comaroni. We're still waiting to hear back from him on the dyno, the Smiths. I think we can go ahead and count Palmer in, can't we? Or is he still a maybe?
It's a maybe, but I mean, he said he planned on coming. And then I talked to Roger Early the other night. He said he's working on it. So, I mean, he's 50-50 too. You never really fully know, but we plan on having those two.
We got another one. We got Tom Morsey coming.
Tom Morsey.
Most of the time.
Oh, is he gonna be running light pro?
Yeah. He's had a light pro for a while.
Good old Morsey.
Yeah, he's a cat.
He's been around for a while too, hasn't he?
Mm-hmm. He used to run my dad back in the day, Shane.
Oh dear,
he's old school.
Yeah, but so I mean that's just another one to the list, and I mean the other ones on the maybe list, the Smiths with their 3, we haven't heard for sure if they're coming or not. And then the Durbin tractor, the Sidewinder. If the weather kind of plays the way it's looking right now, I would say there's a better chance that they're there than not. So we're going to have it's going to be a really good class of light pros. I'm really excited. Just before we even get to the event, while we're here now, I just want to say a big thank you to all the guys that are coming already, that have already committed to come. They didn't have to. They could very easily just either A, stayed home, or B, just chose a different place to run, but they are going to come run down with us.
And if you are coming, you might as well tell other people to come too. I mean, you start of the season, get everybody going, gets them in the mood.
I mean,
absolutely. But we do appreciate all the light pro pullers coming, and I do appreciate your help, Shane.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Guys here, so we will accommodate for them. So make sure they're all good to go.
Yeah, good to go and taken care of. But Yeah, I think it's safe to say that's the class that I'm looking forward to the most. I mean, I love Light Pro. And I think the way we kind of presented this to a lot of the pullers too was it to be a showcase of the class in the state of Kentucky. Just because I think we have maybe 3 or 4 in the state
In the whole
in its
state.
entirety, if that.
Yeah, we would like the numbers to grow, but I see that money is probably the biggest issue, in Kentucky.
Right.
Not many big farmers in our area, so I think that has a little bit to do with it.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, haven't heard much on the media front. I think Bill Diesel Mafia is going to be there. We're going to be there, obviously. So the event's going to get plenty of coverage for sure with us being there. We're going to plan on doing a live beforehand, do a walkthrough through the pit area. I assume the phone service out there is okay. If I had to guess.
We're right there, middle of town.
Okay.
We're also going to have B&B Bryson.
Oh yeah,
He does
Bryson's
all
going to be
our
there too.
pulls. He'll be there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be a great time, and I'm excited for this. It's time for us to get back outdoors, take off the smoke tubes, and go pulling again.
Now, I got a question when it comes to, you guys said it was a benefit pool now. If somebody would if they come and they just want to make a donation, are you guys accepting any donations of
100%.
Okay. I didn't know if it's like,
Yeah,
like a Venmo or if there's just cash bucket, something like that, or
Yeah, they're going to have a lot of the family there, so they're going to be selling T-shirts and dealing with that kind of thing. But like most time, we have a benefit pool. We have pullers donate their checks back or donate or whatever. It's pretty common.
Yeah, that's not the only classes we've got either. I mean, you guys added the 3-6 semi class this week, didn't you?
Yep, the 3-6.
How many of those are we going to be looking at? You think?
I'm gonna say probably 3 or 4. We try. I mean, semis, you really don't need a lot of them. They're just kind of a show ender. We might run them late. We might run them early. I'm not sure.
They're fun to watch, no matter what. I think that's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, I'm really looking forward to this again. Like I said, guys, we'll be there doing a live kind of walk through the pits because that list of light pros that we read off, those are just the ones that we know about. That doesn't account for the ones that we haven't contacted or thought about, and they've seen the post or something that they're going to come anyway. So who knows who's going to show up to this event, but it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, we plan on having a pretty good show, so we're excited.
Yep. Yeah, you're going to have Southern Express Sled's going to be there too, right? Bo Stimson sled.
Yeah.
Bo or Andrew, we're not real sure which one.
Yeah, well, people know the Southern Express sled name. That's one of the questions I have is like, all right, what sled have we got type of deal, just because I don't know much about our Southern sleds down here.
You're probably going to go fast.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're going to go fast.
And if he wants to hit you, he'll hit you.
Yes, he will.
Yeah, he does a good job, though. I mean, you don't tear a lot of things up for anybody, so. I mean, they're great.
Fantastic job, dude.
Anytime
we've ran on him, it hasn't been a problem ever.
How many times have you ran on him, though? Like, isn't Brandenburg, like, literally it for y'all?
It's probably 6 to 8 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you consider probably 8 times.
Yeah. Sweet. So that's everything. Like you guys said, for the light pros, the entry fee is going to be $30. I really don't know of another place you can go that's what the entry fee is going to be, honestly. And then the purse that you guys have got throwing at it too, to make sure that these guys are going to go home with some sort of money no matter what place they finish, since they're coming from all over the place. It's going to be absolutely awesome.
Yeah, that's another thing. It's going to be $1,000 to win. And then we're going to try to, depending on how many vehicles we have, we really want everybody to kind of go home with something, just for coming down there, and supporting us. We want to, have gratitude for them too. So we're going to try to make sure everybody kind of goes home with, some fuel money or something, for the trip.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, y'all, we certainly appreciate it. We will be up there early Saturday, probably about noon or 1 o'clock or so, to kind of start settling in, figure out where cameras are going to be set up and everything. So we will see you guys then. Thanks
Good
for coming
luck.
on.
Good luck, guys. I hate it we can't be there, but good luck. So
Yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Appreciate you.
For those of you that are worried about the weather and the forecast, don't worry about that. We're going to be fine. The
Don't
weather's going to
mention
clear
it.
up by lunch.
Yeah, that's the
mention
plan. So, if anything happens, we'll give everybody a good heads up too. So
Yeah, for sure.
And any 3.6 Pro Street Pro Stock diesel trucks want to come down. It's $30 entry fee. We need the trucks. Planning on having 4 or 5, and we'd like to have some more.
All right. You guys heard them right here. $30 entry fee. And that's going to be all show right for the Battle Bluegrass series. Thanks, guys.
thank you.
see you guys.
See ya.
Man, I'm looking forward to that show.
Yes, seems like it's going to be a good turnout. I mean,
I know
a
it.
good amount of people have either shared it or talked about it. So hopefully,
Yeah.
hopefully it's good on both turnouts when it comes to crowd and competitors. I mean, especially when it's for a cause, the competitors usually show out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's exactly right. I mean, I'm really happy and both shocked that we're getting the amount of guys to come from as far away as we are. So that's gonna be great. And what are the odds that we're going to two cancer benefit hooks this weekend? By the way, at the same time.
It's just that time of year. It's time to get going full time.
Yeah. So Friday, you're gonna be posting up pictures and all that stuff, I'm sure, aren't you?
Yeah.
This
Friday
is where Jamie Morrow came up out of nowhere last year, too. Mind you that.
Yeah, this is where Jamie Morrow came back after an 11-year hiatus last year.
I think that was
out of nowhere.
Everybody.
It rolled out of the trailer, and everyone's like, "Where did this come from?"
Yeah, like we didn't think he even had the tractor anymore.
Yeah, but no, it's a good show up there. There's a lot of cool show trucks. There'll be semi poles. There'll be semi drag racing. There's going to be sled poles, like test and tune. Anything goes. The guys that run
what sled have you got?
Jack,
that's going to make a difference with some of them.
Jack and Lee Lovick, which is an old Richard Love decision maker sled. The Class 8 can handle anything. They've used it at Rockwell, the ECI stuff on full drives, light pros, limited pros, anything in that area. It handles Simon semi, no problem. So anybody in this region that wants to get a hook on anything, come out. It's a good cause.
Yeah, that's going to be a great event. So then works out great. We'll roll over from you being out there to me on Saturday. Like I said, we're going to be live there and everything. So really looking forward to this weekend. It's finally time to get going. Like we said before, Zach, you've got a car show going on in your area, I think you said.
Yeah, my brother started trying to have a car show at the Ford dealership this first year, and it's supposed to be 2 weeks ago, and got rained out due to just pouring down rain all day long. So they moved it to this weekend, and we're looking forward to it. We've been wanting to do a car show since we moved into the new dealership in 2018, and finally making it happen. And I think being the tractor in together, I probably ought to stay back and attend that. So
hey, I wasn't hating on y'all on that time. I was actually trying to help you promote that one.
Yeah,
right?
no, I'm anxious. So far we've got some really neat cars committed. If we could get 40 good cars this first year, we're having a band and food trucks, and it'll be a fun evening. So
yeah, for sure. But so we're going to go from talking about all the super exciting and fun stuff to kind of a sad topic and a sudden topic that came out yesterday. Obviously out of Iowa, Mr. Dennis Goodwin, I should say tragically, but he passed away from a battle with leukemia, wasn't it, that I saw?
Yeah, it was battle with leukemia.
Yeah, true legend to the sport of truck and tractor pulling, great people. And it's another one that's just gone way, way too soon.
Yeah, lost one in Indiana day before yesterday too. Former super stock puller.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Tom
really?
Castings.
I don't guess I saw it.
Mm-hmm. Tom Castings.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yep.
It's why we need to preserve these guys and tell their stories. I mean, we've done it so far with Carl Smith. I mean, Tim coming on. I mean, Tim's not done anytime soon, but still, I mean, hearing the stories of these guys that we never got to before is definitely key to the history of motorsports in general. So,
Gardner Stone, I still remember that one.
Gardner Stone, Larry Roberts. I mean, for a long and the impact he made in polling for his while he was in it. So,
Mr. Engler too.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think that's one of the only interviews that's laying around of Mr. Engler though.
Yeah. No,
Zach, you weren't with us yet whenever we did that one.
No. I was with Tim this weekend though. So.
Oh yeah, you went out to Kokomo.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot. I totally forgot about that. Tell us all about that one.
Oh, it was a good show. I got to spend a little time with him. Of course, he drove the rig up himself that day, and
did you really?
Yeah, and T-Mez met him there because T-Mez had been in Knoxville racing Friday and Saturday and drove all night and come to Kokomo to run the midget. They had kind of a rough night, but it was a new engine combination they just put together, and trying some things. But the racing at Kokomo definitely did not disappoint this weekend. Flow, if you watch the replay on Flow, the racing was second to none this weekend at Kokomo, for sure. And midgets, I think they had 24 or 26 midgets and about the same Kokomo Sprint 410 sprint cars. So it was a really good show both nights.
Mm-hmm. It seems like early action this year, no matter what it's been for racing, it's been really good.
Mm-hmm.
I know the races I've gone to, Nippy 50 at least, start to finish, man. Even like you watch on the Flow, like Chili Bowl, and then you got Nippy 50, you got everything up until now. It's just everything's been just lights out good.
Yeah,
for sure.
We're just that hungry for motorsports to come back, one of the two, and we're just getting bored.
We got High Limit coming to Kokomo in 2 weeks.
That's the series that Larson helped start, isn't it?
Larson will be there because it's the midweek mayhem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Kubota series, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Larson will be there. So and then,
yeah,
there is no shortage of anything. If you are missing out on motorsports right now, you're just under a rock. I'm sorry,
you're blind.
Yeah,
yeah, pretty much.
I mean, there's polling in America happening. There's Euro Cup polling happening. There's
we gotta talk about that too.
There's NHRA racing. There's dirt track. There's NASCAR at Talladega. I mean, anything and everything is happening right now.
How about the parties at Talladega this weekend like they ain't been in years?
Oh, I know. That's crazy.
Seeing TikTok and Facebook and
it's Bowling Green's all it is.
Well,
I swear.
Do you think it's a little bit of a Cletus effect?
I think he's got a lot. I think he's got more to do with it than people think he does.
Dude, he got a top 10 finish in the ARCA race.
Mm-hmm.
How about that?
Xfinity.
No, it was ARCA.
It was ARCA.
Oh, was? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought they said Xfinity.
No, it was ARCA.
Sorry.
No. Still, that's so cool, though.
I think you're right. I think Cletus has got more to do with this deal, than anything.
Well, you start with him getting Dale involved in the Dale truck. Mm-hmm. Right there to start your Talladega week. All right. Then they go and they do the camper race or the camper week thing, sort of. And it just keeps building and building. Everyone keeps hearing about it. Everyone's like, we need to go see this in person.
Yeah.
I want to go to Talladega so bad. It just falls from the worst time of the year.
Yeah, and everybody goes in person, and the interviews that they see from this guy is like he's reviving sort of NASCAR from what it used to be with the attitudes and the personalities.
I kind of agree.
And you're getting, you're getting him, and you're getting I gotta say a little bit of the young blood coming in there and racing. The Kyle Larsons, the Christopher Bells of the world that are starting to really bring the new generation into NASCAR. I think NASCAR is, and I may get scolded for saying this, I think NASCAR is making some strides right now. As a whole, as a corporation.
Their car sucks. Their car absolutely, positively sucks.
But as a corporation, I think they're making some strides.
Yes.
I think we're just seeing the reset. They kind of hit the personality reset button.
Mm-hmm.
After Junior retired, whenever it started going down. You won't change my mind on that.
But you can't say with Cletus coming in and everybody else, even like Larson, Cindric, Logano, even though nobody likes him right now, but this personality turnover is sort of happening.
Oh, it's back. I'll tell you the
No.
other thing that's gotten really interesting to listen to, though, is kind of like what we do with the drivers having their own podcast now and them talking about it amongst themselves. I think that's been really fun to watch. I mean, Dale Jr. Download, the one that Denny does. I can't remember the name of that one. It's really good.
I don't remember the name of it, but yeah, no, you're right. The younger generation's rejuvenating it for sure.
Yeah.
And then Larson going to Indy this year to do the double again. That kid, I don't care what you put him in, he's gonna wheel it.
Oh, I agree.
You ask anybody in the motorsports or racing world, everybody's going to say that. There's once in a great while that one of these guys comes along and they just turn over a new leaf when it comes to driving capability. Like you pick them up out of one, you throw them in another, and they do the exact same thing.
There's another one coming up that nobody's talking about yet. He's only 18 years old. Connor Zillage is the next one. I have no doubt in my mind.
But no, like I said, when it comes to drivers and even like personalities bringing the podcast and thing, like even not even really what we do, but sort of what we do is, I think you're bringing the voices back into it.
I think it's a part of it that was missing from NASCAR. I really do.
I think it's just us as a whole.
NASCAR had lost the hometown feel.
Yeah, they had. You're right.
I mean, that's all there is to it.
Yeah. But
they're connecting with people now better than ever before. Like they can on a personal level get back to drivers, and I think that's in some areas of what we do is missing.
Yeah,
I don't know about you, how you guys feel about it, but I think
I
it's
agree.
So switching gears, by the way, isn't PDRA's second race of the year this weekend too?
It is. They're in Virginia. And Stevie Fast Jackson will be in the Pro Nitrous division for Tim Papp.
Oh, will he now?
Mm-hmm. Tim has a prior obligation that will keep him out of the car, but Stevie Fast will be in a nitrous car again for first time in like years.
Yeah. I did just get a text real quick from Ryan Folks. He said in the event it does rain, they do have tarps for the track. So even if it rains a little bit on it, we can, as soon as it stops, just take them off, work it a little bit, and we're gonna go. So we're gonna pull Saturday no matter what.
So you guys are gonna have a blast down there for sure.
You jealous a little bit?
Nah, I'll wait on you to text me. So
okay.
It's only what you think it's going to be. You're either going to have a good time when you go there, or you feel like you're going to have a bad time, you're going to have a bad time. So,
it's going to be so fun because I love Light Pro. Everybody knows I love Light Pro. If the state of Kentucky had one, or had more of them, I would do it in a heartbeat.
I'm sorry if you don't like Light Pro. In my personal opinion, I think you're crazy.
But I mean, it's the 2000s Pro Stocks. What it is that safe to say?
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah, probably a little more horse now though.
Yeah,
but it has that energy type of feel when they come up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, plus you throw on the color variety.
Mm-hmm.
So the one that isn't going to be able to make it that I did reach out to, and I wish they could have, was Goodman. I did text them. He said that just with farming and everything, they haven't had time to get it back together.
That is, I think, part of the problem with some of the guys up here is we're just now able to roll. I mean, the last 3 days, we're just now to put anything in the ground up this way.
Yeah,
we're sort of in that. I don't think it's going to affect us as much this week. We've been okay on weather, but like the last 4 days have been rain, so hopefully it doesn't completely affect us when it comes to this weekend. But you never know. Yeah, it's just that part of the year. But everybody, if once people get the work done in the field, they're out, and I think people are just ready to go.
Oh yeah, I totally agree. But did you guys also get a chance to see the Shake and Bake show with Tony Stewart on it?
No, I was gonna watch it and I didn't get to.
If you haven't watched it yet, after you guys are done watching us, go out of your way to watch that. That was a lot of fun. Because Tony said he doesn't know how he would feel about getting in a pro mod yet, but he didn't say no. So maybe
Tony's got a big weekend ahead.
Yeah, he does. Why go over 4 wide nationals at Charlotte?
Yeah, I guess we'll go over that real quick. We'll switch over to
Scatterbrain tonight. Good Lord.
It's part of being a motorsports podcast. Let's go through the NHRA 4-wide. So this was actually a pretty special weekend for the NHRA as a whole. This is the 1,000th Top Fuel race in NHRA history. It started back in 1963 with Don Garlitz winning the first one in Pomona, all the way till this weekend. And the hype behind it was there, but the competition was as scattered as the 4-wide has always been. There was a couple different storylines before the weekend even started. Hendrick Cars went full in on sponsoring dang near every class. Jack Beckman was the funny car this weekend. They never been on a funny car full until this weekend.
Really? Ever?
Yeah, they had been. He's full-time on Greg Anderson, but he's on Brittany Force for certain events. And then this weekend he come on Jack Beckman. So Hendrick Cars had 3 different full wrapped cars this weekend.
I've seen their dealerships from whenever I was out there in October, dude. Yeah, they are freaking massive.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the other thing, though. I learned because there were some of the guys there that were staying at the same hotel we were during the week because they were having like a big training for like all of their dealers they own. He owns some of the same Chevy dealerships and all that stuff, but it's just under a different name.
Oh yeah.
Like I think Dale Earnhardt, I think Dale Jr. Chevrolet is a thing, and he's the guy who owns it.
Yeah, that's just these dealer groups anymore in the auto world. That's how it works. There's a dealer group that owns it, but they leave the names it's always been.
Darryl Waltrip down here for us.
Yep. But yeah, going back to that, he was definitely a presence there this weekend. Rick Hendrick was running the starting line for dang near every pass there was when it comes to the pro categories. But before the weekend even started, I mean, the big storyline before even got started was Jasmine Salinas, number 4 in points. Never been kicked out of the first round until didn't make the race there this weekend, due to lack of sponsorship. And it doesn't make sense to me. I understand they're a really independent team, but it doesn't make sense to me that a number 4 car in points cannot get sponsorship, but a funny car that cannot run 3 seconds is full time. Doesn't make sense to me. Anyway, that's where we started with the week. Great numbers for all classes: 25 pro mods, 25 pro stocks, 18 on both sides for the field categories, and the racing was chaos. Starting top fuel, Sean Langdon with the only oddball sponsorship out of the entire weekend. The Energy Solutions car was the winner of the 1,000th top fuel race. Brian Houston had that thing running laps all weekend long, and they never broke stride dang near all weekend. But the big storyline out of the top fuel category, not being Sean 1, we've seen a world record top fuel pass by Brittany Force in the Hendricks car at 341.5 miles an hour. And being the 4th person to ever run 300 miles an hour in the 8th mile.
That's a little fast.
Well, if you go back to listen to Brittany's interview after she did it, they ask her, "Is there more left in the tank?" She goes, "I don't want to go any faster." That should tell you how fast the dang things are going. They don't want to go any faster.
So what have they determined on the mud flap ordeal, or is this the 4th race where they're going to go back and look at it again?
Well, I think you're going to see a lot more teams take them off depending on what weather conditions that lie with. If they allow it be an option for here on out, I think you're going to see it become a different option depending on what weather conditions you see. Now, when it comes to the really hot racetracks, your Vegases, your middle of the summer Norwalks, Virginia, I think that might be one where you see the side canards. But when you get the really cool conditions where you can run really, really fast, they're going to be off and they're going to run top speeds. So that's where I think it goes if they don't have it as a mandatory thing. But it all depends on what NHRA does with it. But, yeah, that's the big storyline on Top Fuel. Spencer, as much as I wanted him to keep his momentum going into funny car, he was the most consistent car in qualifying. Man, did I want him to win on Sunday, but they just wasn't there. And you give that dang Proc rocket just a little bit of wiggle room, Jimmy Proc is going to lay it on you. And boy, did they ever. Austin Proc, I think, is getting back to championship form again. He'll be one to watch. And then Pro Stock was a complete mess again. Dallas Glenn and Greg Anderson being the guys at the top heap again. Dallas won that. And then Matt Smith, the hometown boy in Pro Stock Motorcycle. So
unpopular opinion, I'm not a 4-wide fan.
Nobody is.
I just enjoy it way too much by themselves.
I think if it's 4-wide just in qualifying, it'd be a little better. That's just me. But
I don't hate that.
no. If it was 4-wide qualifying, then run 2-wide during race day, I think it'd be okay. But yeah, they'll be back in 3 weeks in Chicago at another really fast racetrack. And Pro Mod, Top Fuel, Funny Car, Pro Stock, all those will be there. So, but
yeah, shout out to Lyle Barnett too. We saw him do pretty well after he was just on the show with us a couple of weeks ago, getting a win on the NHRA side of things.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see where the Pro Mod class goes now. Randy Couture is going to be driving one.
Yeah, no joke.
I told Peter to keep us in the loop on his Pro Mod experience. So
yeah, we need to work that out with him too, especially since I'm coming up there in July for sure. Just reminder to you.
All we got to do is tell him.
Yeah, we will definitely have the camera in tow for that one.
Yeah, but that's kind of like the rundown on the 4-wide this weekend. That's what I observed, at least from watching it the entire weekend.
Yeah,
they were flying. So
yeah, I didn't watch a ton of anything this weekend. I was out busy all weekend long, but just to gear up for this weekend, it's time to go after this weekend. It's let's see, I think I've got another pull the weekend after that, the weekend after that. Have it all weekend to get my own done, and then go pulling myself in first weekend in June.
Then
finally,
you're coming to Indiana May 31st now.
Oh yeah, oh I am. Sweet. All right, put that on my calendar.
Yeah, since our IPL season got moved up 2 weeks, start of season got moved up a week and a half due to some other people not playing nice, but we're not going to go into that.
Oh Lord, here we go.
Wait, which poll is this moving up? I'm out of the loop.
It's Ivaville.
Okay, gotcha.
Yep.
So, what other things do we want to cover?
Future Tour, dude, over in Germany.
Oh yeah, the Green.
Oh my geez, that was fun.
Yeah.
The more I watch this event every year, the more I fall in love with watching this event. I'm telling you. But yeah. I think it's safe to say we need to have a safety lesson real quick as to why we have the equipment we have.
And this goes, and we had this conversation between ourselves, but if whoever out there thinks that you don't have to wear a safety sock on your head under the helmet or safety gloves,
why you should.
You are nuts.
Yeah.
I'm not going to call out one association on here, but to those that don't have it, please implement this.
Don't wear the gloves or require the freaking shoes.
He got out, for context before this happens, when he gets off this tractor and he goes back to get checked on, I was told that his eyebrows were dang near burned off. So,
even with the visor down.
I guess there was a little crease somewhere where it got really, really warm. So
I am bad about putting my visor down.
I am too.
Terrible about it.
I need to be better. I'm absolutely awful about it.
As much, and this goes for anybody. I mean,
it's so hard to do though. Whenever we're going down through there and we're breathing hard. We can't see a freaking thing out of it.
Understandable. This is even our team too.
Oh, I know.
There's a reason why it's on your helmet, on your gloves, on your hands, fire suit on you. As much as you do not think it's going to happen to you, it will happen. It doesn't matter where you're at, and play it. This is key right here.
Absolutely beautiful tractor, by the way.
The Vanderwalls are a good team too.
Yeah. I don't know what that is leaking out of it already though.
Fuel.
Ooh.
And then it burns a piston. All of it goes out the pan.
I mean, look at how much of that thing right there. You don't even see the sled back there, dude. This right here is exactly why we have the safety implementations that we have and why we should have them. Something like this can happen to anybody. I don't care if you're running diesel, alcohol, whatever. This right here is why.
And another reason why we do not
thank God he walked away with just whatever minor injury. I don't even know if you call it an injury at that point.
Even that, it's another reason why we do not have as many people as close as we do at these polls. Like Steve Burge in Full Recovery, if he was on the right track when that pan comes apart, there's somebody getting burned.
Yeah.
As much as it hits a wall, it's somebody's getting burned. My brother in 2022 at Sandwich, Illinois, when the pan comes apart on Colin Ross's tractor, there is a lot of heat coming at us, and we're 30, 40 feet away. So,
Yeah.
please do not take safety as a option.
Yep. There's your other buddy.
Yeah, there's Christoph or Marcus. I can't remember who was driving, but one of the two was driving.
Yeah, but man, this event in Fujitore, if you guys aren't subscribed or a member of what is the name of his page, Wyatt?
Floating Finish
over there in Europe. Their live streams that they do, man, is absolutely awesome to watch. It's top-notch quality. They have commentary. Sadly, they're still working on the English side of things for the commentary over here, but man, their stuff's top to bottom beautiful, and it rarely messes up.
Yeah.
So
I would say just from visually watching it's one of the best, no matter what pulling stream you talk about.
yeah, or
They do a lot of things right over there. A lot.
Yeah. Yes.
did you see the crowd in the video?
All their polls are that way. Every freaking one of them.
I don't get why. I do get why. It's a different audience over there compared to what we have.
Yeah.
Because I think their demographic is so much younger than ours. It's not even funny.
It is. And if you ask anybody when it comes to whenever they ask someone when they come to Farm Show, if you're at Farm Show, what they do or their team structure. Their team structure is a little different than what ours are. Ours are more family based. Theirs is a literal band of brothers and just teamed together and built something.
What does anybody know? And this be like to go over to Power Weekend. What is their purse compared to ours in the States?
That would definitely be a question for Sasha, don't you imagine?
We can ask that question.
I'm just curious, compared to what it would be to the States, because I mean, come on, it don't take a rock science to realize what it takes the dollar to put on that Made Power Weekend or whatever. I mean, good God.
They're transporting 3 American vehicles over there this year themselves, besides what it takes for pyrotechnics to put on that soundboard at the end of the track. The video it takes, the people, the alcohol, the party, all of it.
I think that's the one thing they've got up on us. There's just more of a party than
it's
what
a party.
ours is.
It's a Bowling Green every weekend.
Entertainment value.
Yeah. Look at this pan around shot that they have.
I think some of this would rival any motorsport we have over here. It doesn't matter if it's it doesn't matter if it's NHRA, if it's dirt track, if it's even NASCAR. For the crowd percentage size is insane.
Yes, it is. I love this tractor right here, though. This Argos Oil Whispering Giant, dude. That thing is it's cool, and I'm really jealous of Adam Drought. Not gonna lie about it. He got to go over there last year and experience this.
I think you had a chance this year.
Maybe.
Close, sort of.
Sort of, kind of, maybe, not really.
But yes, but anybody that is watching right now, that if you, this goes for anybody. If you are not paying attention to what they're doing, and you're still asking yourself what we are doing wrong, sort of, I don't know what to tell you.
The one thing I will say over there that I think they have a little bit of, and I'm not making excuses, but they have a little bit of advantage over us.
Rules.
I wasn't going to go there yet, but a lot of their events are standalone events that the town they're in, that's all they have.
Right.
Whereas we're dealing with county fairs, we're dealing with fair boards, we're dealing with, Lions clubs, we're dealing with all this crap that they don't deal with over there, I don't think.
No. I think a lot of it maybe has something to do with it is they don't have the motorsports competition. They don't have dirt track. They don't have much drag racing unless you go to the UK.
I will tell you, dirt track in Australia is getting huge.
Yes, and very quick.
But I mean, you can just see, as far as I can see down through there, there are just people. They bring their chairs. I mean, there's tents.
That right there reminds me of Fort Recovery in the 80s on the hillside.
Yep. Look at all the
even really today. I mean, still today, it's just like that. It seems.
I wonder if that's Sasha sitting right there in the yellow vest.
Could be, but
is that a beer wagon?
I think it was.
I guess it's one way to keep your crowd happy.
The one thing I don't understand is why they use such heavy tractors to work the track. That is the one thing I don't understand.
So, what I was told one time by a guy that works for Fent was they don't.
I can control this.
That is really screwing up my eyes.
Oh, that's cool, though.
They don't have the small tractor over there like we do.
Seriously.
To not take that into consideration.
Okay.
Now they have the small tractors, but they're not nearly as popular as they are over here.
Does it have to do with also being the small tractor of the certain brand they use?
Right,
I mean,
that could be too. I mean, Kloss does not have a small tractor.
Right. Yeah, that's probably that could be something there.
Yeah.
And
was this a Euro Cup poll, by the way?
This is a Euro Cup in I think it's DTTO.
Okay. No,
Deutsch.
it's ETPC.
Which is Euro Cup.
Yeah, I think that's a uniform I see on the track anyway.
But there's also some events like MATA where it's 3 different associations in one event. It's just 3 different days.
Man, that'd be nice to have over here, but no, but never mind. We're not going to go there either.
There it went.
I'm sorry, did you say that out loud?
Nope. No, we're going to back up and punt there.
No, but I
just talk about all this, man. It's just getting the energy flowing and ready to go, man. I'm ready.
But it's I think we're beating the same dead old horse sometimes, though.
We know we are. We know that.
But it's just, when is somebody going to listen? The entertainment value when it comes to that event.
To go off what Wyatt is saying, the entertainment dollar in America, I feel like, is so much harder to get than it is over there.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Because you got to think, if you take let's say, for example, you take a Bowling Green. Now, Bowling Green is a good example because you take
a terrible example.
You take any poll. You take my event, for my shootout event, for example. Okay, that Friday night and Saturday night in my area, you got the Howard County 4-H Fair, which our event is. You have Saturday night Kokomo running dirt track. You have Lucas Oil Speedway in Indianapolis runs every weekend of some sort of something. You have which this year it's not, but we had a farm league baseball team in Kokomo that had a hell of a following up to August. You know, the entertainment dollar, what people can do, I feel like over here is probably harder to get than it is over there.
Okay,
I agree. Just because we have so much more entertainment.
You take a fall poll. How hard is it to get a crowd in fall in Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio on a Friday night when
high
school football comes around?
Oh God, it's hard. Yeah.
And I think the entertainment dollar has got a lot to do with the difference.
Do you also think, and I think we're talking just specific to polling, I think, I don't know. Do you think when it comes to polling alone that we fight against ourselves by not being more independent events and always having to fight against county fairs? Like, you take events such as Toma, they don't fight with the county fair. Bowling Green doesn't fight with the county fair. Hillsboro is a standalone. Farley's a speedway.
That's what I just said going into this. Over here, we're dealing with the county fairs. We're dealing with the festivals. We're dealing with the town events that they kill that because our fair and Shane, you'll see this year, the Howard County 4-H fair, and I don't know, I haven't heard a statistic for it. It used to be the 5th largest non-tax supported event in the state of Indiana. The 3rd largest fair. Well, how hard is it for me to pull a crowd to the grandstands when we got a amusement park midway, basically? I mean,
Where's
we've
that
got
at?
here in my hometown.
Oh, really? Like whenever you're gonna have the shootout?
Yeah, I mean, you're dealing with that stuff to get these crowds in. For me, I've got Kokomo Speedway 8 miles from my fairgrounds. That
You
runs.
might lose me for a few minutes just saying if it's like an amusement park.
Anyway,
but
that threw him off.
like the year that we moved the Watson deal down here from Michigan for PPL.
Yeah, I remember that very briefly.
Nobody, we knew it, but nobody listened to us. The World of Outlaws late models was in Kokomo that same weekend.
Ooh.
Why do you think we didn't have a crowd?
Yeah,
that event was scheduled for a year. This one moved in 3 weeks because of COVID out of Michigan.
And you're headbutting them. You're headbutting them, and they're going to win because they've been there promoting more as an independent.
We got we're fighting over the same crowd.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like and this just could be our speculation, skepticism, whatever it is. It's just I think we're fighting against ourselves.
Looking in.
Right. I would love to find somebody to come up with somebody to come up to sponsor to put an event on in the first part of September and make a big money show, because I think with somebody that knows what they're doing promoting, it could be a home run, but you got to do it right. But there again, the dollar it takes to do it, there ain't one of us going to throw it out of our pocket.
Right.
I may get scalded for this, but I hope to God, I hope Simon's deal works and works the way I think it should, because RJ and Brandon are doing something that has been done for years in the drag racing and dirt track world.
Right.
So why not bring it over here? Do I want it to take over the world of polling? No, I don't want to take over the world of polling. But I think it could set the standard of what could happen if it was done right.
It's the same precedent as what the Drag Illustrated Winter Series is right now. It's a standalone where everybody comes together and throws down. No, they're not a whole year thing, but they're a 3 race during the winter when nothing's going on type of thing. And it's a home run.
So going to Kokomo Sunday night, everybody pays to go in the gate.
Okay.
The driver, the crew, everybody pays to get in the back gate. They pay their entry fee. You're essentially doing the same thing that Brandon and RJ are doing out there that dirt track's done for 40 years. Why won't it work in our sport?
And this just
entry fee is the main thing I've seen brought up every time.
Okay.
I'm just saying based off what I've seen. That's the biggest thing for guys.
But I think it just runs right back into the same problem of we're fighting county fairs type of thing, where everyone thinks that a $10 or you're going to get a $10 and $20 show.
Mm-hmm. I'm not saying these are going to be events like what I have and what you guys have and stuff like that. I think if RJ and Brandon can make this into a 4 or 5 show deal, I think it's a home run. Because let's face it, and there again, I may get scolded for this. Who of the group of tractors that's pulling out there can't afford the entry fee?
Well, obviously they're all going.
Bingo. Dirt track's done it for years. Drag racing's done it for years.
If the thing is, if you're in the sport and you have the vehicle already, why can't you?
Bingo.
Now, all season long, I don't know.
No, I don't.
No.
I don't think it needs to be all season.
1 to 2 shootout type, spray and fall, or one time. There's not one person I don't think that it has a vehicle in this sport can't do it.
Ain't that what Wagglers did at their first event where they had the pro stock
Theirs was
shootout?
only a $500 entry fee, I think.
Well, still, that's elevated compared to what you normally go to.
But like
Wagglers had the potential to work. It was just the wrong time of year.
And it was at a never mind. Somebody that's going to Farley, and I'm not going to throw anybody under the bus, told me personally that they would rather run 5 times a year at $2,500 a pop than run 20 times a year at $200 pop.
I can see that.
I could
You're
too.
running.
I mean, but the purse that you get for finishing well, that's the other thing.
There's that, but there's also the thing of when you go there, you know your stuff is right, and you know your stuff is going to compete. Varies compared to you're running 20 times a year, and your stuff may not be 100%. You don't know that going in,
right?
Correct.
Because at the end of the day, we as the competitors, no matter what organization it is, or what motorsport it is, we want to put on the best show and compete at the highest level
for ourselves and for the crowd.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I think there's something to be said for that too, like where we come in, being both a podcast and kind of doing the video thing. It's our job too, as announcers, to tell these stories, whether it be through the announcing of the show, if we get to do the video of it too, because you see some of the things that ET Edits, just for example, has done. She is absolutely killing it. Some of the stuff that she's made from PDRA with pilot racing stuff, I mean, you just don't see that with the polling stuff.
Did anybody see the video Kentucky Farm Bureau did on Phillips's for Louisville?
I saw it. I never had a chance to click on it.
That was cool. You need to go watch it and find it. That's behind the scenes. They did an awesome job. That's exactly what you're talking about.
Well, and then again, what
it's
about
not enough is what I'm getting at.
Right. What about what they do for the Eldora Million, the build up for that? It's not $1 million every weekend type of thing, but it's one time where everybody shoots out to put on the best show ever, and they know they're going to be at their best when they do it.
I'd like to know what the entry fee. I'd like to know what the entry fee is for the million at Eldora.
I know a guy who can ask a guy.
I know a guy too that lives 5 miles from there that can tell me probably. So
yeah,
but I just
in an area I did not think we would go down into tonight.
No,
just saying, but it's fun.
Thank you, Euro Cup polling.
I hope that this deal works in Farley. I can't wait to see it because everybody's going to bring their A game.
Yes. But I think also it's going to make, hopefully, it makes us as a polling industry step up because I think that's kind of where we're behind because we're drag racing, dirt track, NASCAR, F1, IndyCar has just stepped up. We just haven't been there yet. We need to step up.
I wouldn't put the Formula One in there, but besides,
you know what I mean.
Anybody can follow anybody in a circle, but that's my soapbox for F1.
You did not just go F1 in a circle. You
know what I mean. And you're right. And RJ and Brandon are going to bring a level of professionalism to this sport that hasn't been there in a long time with this event.
Yeah,
and exactly. That piggybacks off your and I's conversation earlier on the phone.
Yes, I know.
That's where everyone needs to. Where we've read on pull off, it's like everybody's criticizing what's happening before the
only people that are criticizing that deal on pull off are A, the people that think they know what they're doing, they've never been down the track before, or B, jealous because they didn't get a pole there.
Never mind.
I'm not jealous. I just wish I could pull there.
No, but you get what I'm saying. That's the only people that are bitching.
Right.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I don't know. I'm really excited to see.
I really like when RJ was talking about the professional look, the professional lineup of everything. That's where we need to step up.
Bingo. You want to see pro stocks in a row, you're going to go to the pro stock parking lot. You want to see two-wheel drives, you're going to go to the two-wheel drive parking lot.
Bingo.
That's kind of my goal for this weekend, and I haven't mentioned it to them. I
You're-
should have
you're-
mentioned it. But getting them to park places is like herding cats. That's
Right.
also a thing. It's like
But-
herding a bunch of
okay.
freaking cats. You can tell them not to. They're going to go park beside their buddy anyway.
Yeah, but that's Simons aren't going to let that happen. You're going to
Are they going to park them by class out there?
Oh
Yes.
yeah, and
Yes.
they've already, from
And-
what I understand, they've already got the spots pretty much marked for everybody on like Google Earth or whatever, to where everybody's going to park, and they know where pro stocks are going to be. They know where two-wheel drives are going to be.
Here's my question: how hard is this to do it like other events? Because we see a dirt track all the time. When you go
Very.
hold on. When you go through pit pictures, whenever you look at those late model trailers lined up, they're lined up.
So I guess to me, from a promoter, the difference in dirt track and putting on a show, we go back to, we're dealing with a fairgrounds that we only have so much parking spot, and you're gonna. To me, I always struggle with getting help.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whereas a racetrack has paid people, and this is what they do. Whereas
Yes.
a poll, like I put on, it's all volunteer. And the other thing too, on a night of a county fair poll, you don't have the time to go out and say, hey, you go here, you go here, you go here. Because we know everybody rolls in at 4:30, 5 o'clock. And by that time, they're fighting the crowd to get in. You want them all just to go pull in line and get. Whereas the deal
Unloaded,
Simons
right.
happened, and the deal that like a dirt track has, they open the pit gate at noon, but the public don't come till 4.
No, but I'm talking as a Hillsboro or a Rockwell or
Williamstown this weekend.
yeah, or even
Standalone events.
yeah, where you can do that, where we need to kind of step up though, where you can
Yeah.
start. doing it.
Agreed. And like the signage all needs to be in the same place every weekend.
How in the world did you just
He did it again.
do that?
He did it again.
The signage needs to be in the same place every weekend if it's going to be on TV. The grader tractor and roller tractor needs to park in the same spot every weekend, or every time it goes back. You don't need some dude in a cut off t-shirt running down the track with an ether can in his back pocket to be seen on TV or streaming. It's all, you don't see that in drag race, you don't see it in NASCAR, you don't see it in that kind of stuff.
No.
And that's where polling lacks.
Do you also think it's where we as competitors need to hold each other accountable?
Bingo.
Yeah.
Okay, just thought I'd ask.
Shane and I were talking earlier. The dirt track this weekend, everybody had either a crew shirt on, a polo on, or a t-shirt with the car on the back of it. It looks so much better to the public eye.
Compared to a guy with a cutoff with a whole bunch of grease down the belly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the grease on you can't help it sometimes.
It's sometimes
If you-
no,
If you're working on it, it's a little different story than you showing up in it.
but it takes nothing to run the trailer and throw another shirt on
Right.
if you're going to be in front of the crowd or in front of the camera.
For those that
Yeah.
are watching, if you would like to share this story with everybody, you might as well share it because it's been quite a discussion.
Yeah, we went down a rabbit hole. I didn't think we were going to go down tonight.
But it's
yeah.
productive. I think it's productive at least.
I don't have to edit it, so I really don't care.
No,
Fair enough.
I don't have to put no bleeps or blops or anything or screeching horns or
I said bitching earlier, but
We
Yeah,
all do
there
that.
went the
We
second.
all do that.
no, I just
I
think
don't have to put the
polling as a
farm
whole,
on our horn over it, just going wah.
polling as a whole, the professionalism level needs to go up.
And I think it's heading that direction.
I agree.
I really
We're getting
do.
there. It's going forward.
But it
know,
takes
but-
us as a group to bring each other up and hold each other accountable to move everything forward in a good direction.
I still think the one thing that we've all three been working on since Farm Show, if that goes through, I still think that's the key to a lot of new eyes coming to the sport. But we've got to capitalize on it, and make ourselves look good when it does.
you're gonna get a lot of new eyes to the sport, but how much of that is gonna get out of the room into the track?
I think it'll help them even more across the pond.
Oh, 100%.
I think
Yeah.
across the pond, it'll grow their crowds even more. Now here, I think if you have a vehicle that you can see, and then you can look over and see that vehicle going down the track, they're going to be like, "Oh, I need that. I'm going to take it home with me."
Yeah.
Anyway,
I just
So,
wish.
now
I hate
that
having to keep
discussion's
myself.
over.
is there any final thoughts before we go home? Anybody in the crowd that's watching tonight?
I do have
that would like-
something to say.
Hey, what?
In the next month and a half, 2 months, go to a local dirt track, go to a tractor pull, go to a drag race. Support these events so they stay around. Spend your $20, spend your $30. Go support these local events so we have them to go to.
Yeah.
Don't go spend your money on a video game to play Xbox. Get outside and go to one of these events. Support these guys. Go support local motorsports.
Yeah, because as long as you support it, the longer it's going to be around. And if you want it to be around, you better support it. So I agree with that. It's same thing with like local Sunday night races, Dubuque, or just local area polls that you can go to. Say you're not competing at it. Go watch the guys that may be up and coming later on in the years of the sport. Because you never know. That farm side guy, Too Hot, may want to be where you're at right now.
Mm-hmm. And there is nothing wrong with all levels of truck and tractor pulling, as long as it's done right.
Street outlaw style show for a big shootout pulls.
I wouldn't say street outlaw style thing. I think we just need to.
I mean, the behind the scenes part of it would be good to show.
That'd be cool.
But now the cussing and the drama and all that crap, nah, I ain't got time for that.
Because it's all staged.
Yeah, it is. I mean, yeah.
No, but if we just need to, because I feel like when you say you're going to a tractor pull, everyone always gets this common conception of you're going to a county fair type thing. No, our motorsport, it can be a lot more professional than what you think it is.
I mean, I think it's moved away from that, as we've said this whole time.
And the other thing I'll say,
slowly head in that other direction.
For a puller, if you have an opportunity to display your vehicle at a local business or a lot on a county fair, do it. Get it out there. You know, we used to have our tractor on our New Holland booth at the fair when we had the New Holland store, and the people that would stop by there and go, "What is this thing?" And you explain it to them, and it's like, "Wow!" And it's like, "Yeah, we're running out here at the track tomorrow night." They just had no clue.
Mm-hmm.
And anything you can do to bring awareness to the sport, do it. If it takes a little time out of your day, so what?
It's time well spent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's where, like this weekend, we're having our test and tune. There's some guys out from college I'm bringing that have somewhat of a conception of what we're doing, but they've never been in person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean,
you can never explain as well as you can bring them to it and show them.
We, my wife and I went on a cruise a couple of years ago. We met this couple from Arkansas. Somehow,
no idea what.
Somehow we ended up eating dinner with them the night before the cruise. We were in the same whatever. Anyways, we got to know them real well on the cruise, and of course, you know, I had tractor pulling shirts and stuff on, and they're like, "What is that?" or whatever. We'd show videos and stuff, and he's like, he worked for a welding fabrication company down there, you know, and it was like, that's just cool. And last year they drove up for the what was supposed to be the shootout weekend that got rained out, but they did get to see one night, and he's hooked. He's like,
yeah,
this is, when I seen it in person, this crazy, you know.
But you bring them once and they experience it. It could lead to a whole chain of events.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
because that one person knows a lot of people,
and you know that one person that, I don't care if he lives in Arkansas or lives in Nevada and can't see pulling, like it or not, any subscription he gets to any streaming service helps the puller in some shape or form. It gets an eye on the sport.
Because that could be a potential sponsor one day too. You never know.
Because you don't know what that guy does for a business.
I mean, it's kind of like what I learned today with Meredith and the sprayer thing for PGA courses.
Yep.
That's That's wild.
Anyway, I think we're getting down in a rabbit hole, and we need to end.
Yeah, we're an hour and 15 in. It's probably time to
But-
this one.
Thank you,
Yeah.
everyone, for watching as far as we've gone tonight, and it's been at least productive, I think, productive conversation.
Yeah, I think this will get some discussions going. I'm going to
Share-
try to.
Everyone
Trend
share it
follow
around,
this.
see what everybody else thinks and what ideas they
Yeah.
may bring that may be positive to what we haven't discussed yet or
Yep.
haven't discussed at all.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I saw that they're going to do the drawing. Full Pull is going to do the drawing for Farley soon. aren't
Next
they?
week, isn't it?
Is it
Yes, it's
week?
this Sunday.
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
Oh,
right?
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday for the next 2 weeks.
Okay.
Good God, that's a lot
6
of
o'clock.
drawing.
So
Make
That'll
sure
be
you
fun to
guys
see how
do
everybody ends up and where they end up in the class. It'll be neat to see.
who's going to be in what heat and
Mhm.
everything.
Yep.
That could be a lot of fun for us.
but
But yeah, if
Anyway.
you guys haven't already, too, go ahead and download the new NTPA app on your phone.
Mm-hmm.
it'll
Has
be
all the
similar to
events on
Outlaws
there.
to what I was just told.
It's already got all the events on there and everything.
Yep. It's a cool app.
But anyway, thank you everybody. I think are we done, guys? We good?
I'm
good.
good.
Okay.
Oh yeah, hang on. Williamstown, Kentucky this weekend. You're at the Show and Shine, right?
I'm at the Midwest Pride in Your Ride show in Earlville, Iowa. Come out and see the Test and Tune. Come and see us. Support those that support the sport and give back to good
Mhm.
charities that do good things. The American Cancer Society, as well as what folks are doing in Williamstown.
And if you're not near any of them, find a local dirt track.
Amen. Or drag strip, doesn't matter what it is. Support
Go
your
support
local
motorsports.
Amen. But
You'll have
anyways,
hats and stickers with you this weekend, correct?
I'll
Hey,
have
you're-
hats.
Go
I'll
the
have-
other way, Shane.
Yeah.
That is the right way on my screen.
No,
No,
not on
no,
ours.
mine.
There you
way.
go. There you go.
Anyway, I will have hats and stickers available at Earlville. If I will cover the cost, if anybody buys them, I will give them back. I'll give the money to the proceeds for the American Cancer Society. I will cover the cost. So, come up to me, buy some hats. It's going to a good cause. But if that's all you guys got, thank everybody for watching.
See you in a
Like,
couple weeks.
We'll be back in
Williamstown, Battle of the Bluegrass, $30 entry fee for the Light Pro boys, with $1,000 going home with the winner.
like, subscribe, follow our stuff. We'll be back in 2 weeks.
Share.
See you guys.
See
See you,
ya.
everybody.